Have you ever, mid-month, experienced such intense pain that you genuinely wondered if your lower abdomen was hosting a tiny, enraged boxer?
Huh. A tiny boxer who only trains for one specific week every 4.
Exactly. And it's a vivid and, for so many, a really relatable image.
It is. It's the experience of severe dysmenorrhea.
Right. And you go to a doctor about this, this debilitating monthly crisis, and the diagnosis you often get is primary dysmenorrhea.
Sounds very official.
It does, until you realize the root cause is almost always labeled idiopathic, which is just a very, very fancy way of saying we have absolutely no idea why your body is doing this.
But here's some medication to ignore it. Good luck.
Precisely. And that's the dead end we're breaking out of today.
Because the mainstream advice is always, grab some NSAIDs, maybe synthetic progesterone, birth control.
The things that just mask the symptoms.
Exactly. They do nothing to address the fundamental reason why those violent contractions are happening in the first place.
So our mission today is pretty simple. We're going to ignore that consensus that just focuses on symptom management.
And we are diving deep. We're going to uncover the actual hidden root cause of this.
Yeah.
This over-the-top reaction.
A cause that almost never makes it onto those standard relief lists.
Okay, so let's unpack this.
Yeah, let's. The core problem here isn't just the pain. It's the fact that the uterine muscle is contracting so violently.
For so long.
Right. It's like
Right.
if you find a massive leak in your basement, you don't just run a dehumidifier forever and sweep up the water.
No, you figure out why the pipe bursts in the first place.
Exactly.
So we have to become chemical detectives. When we look at the body during a severe cramp, we see 5 very specific clues.
Okay, what's clue number 1?
Clue number 1 is chemical pain. We see just wildly high levels of these pain chemicals called prostaglandins.
Which are basically the body's tiny alarm bells just screaming emergency.
That's a perfect way to put it.
So that makes sense. Body's in pain, you see pain chemicals, but what about that relentless squeezing?
That brings us to clue number 2, vasopressin. This hormone is also running high.
And its job is?
It has a twofold job here. Cause intense muscle contractions and at the same time dramatically reduce blood flow.
Oh, wow. So you've got this constriction situation.
The muscle is squeezing and literally cutting off its own oxygen and nutrients. That's where that deep, awful ache comes from.
It's like a runaway train. The system is just tightening up and suffocating itself. What's supposed to be controlling all this?
That leads us to clue number 3, and this is where the whole body's chemistry gets involved. Parathyroid hormone, or PTH.
PTH.
Yeah. You can think of PTH as the body's overzealous, kind of panic-prone calcium accountant.
An accountant. I like that.
Its only job is to keep the calcium level in your blood absolutely perfect.
And when the accountant panics, what happens?
Well, if the body isn't absorbing enough calcium from your food, or something is blocking that absorption, the accountant freaks out.
Okay.
PTH then mobilizes calcium from your bones and just throws it into the blood in this erratic surge.
And that erratic surge is the problem.
It is. That chaotic calcium movement makes all your tissues, especially nerves and muscles, hypersensitive. It leads to spasms, twitches, tetany.
So that's why high PTH during your cycle makes your muscles so much more likely to cramp up violently.
Exactly.
Wow. So the uterus isn't just contracting, it's twitching because the calcium supply is unstable.
And that instability is being caused by an accountant trying to fix an absorption problem somewhere else entirely.
That is a huge shift in perspective.
And we can't forget clue 4, inflammation, systemic inflammation.
Right.
There's a specific inflammation factor. It's called NF-κB. It's basically the master switch for inflammation, and it's highly, highly elevated in the uterus during these cramps.
So we have twitching, squeezing, and now burning inflammation. What's the final clue? The one that ties the twitching back to this calcium chaos.
It's a pharmaceutical clue, actually. Sometimes doctors treat severe menstrual cramps with calcium channel blockers.
A drug designed to block calcium.
Right. Think about that. Anytime you treat a muscle contraction with a drug specifically designed to block the activity of calcium,
it's a giant screaming signal.
a giant screaming signal that the problem was too much calcium activity in the first place.
Okay, so let's put it together for everyone listening. You've got high pain, high contraction,
An unstable calcium system causing hypersensitivity.
and a drug treatment that works by blocking calcium channels. I mean, this all has to point to a massive failure in some kind of master control system.
It does. And the surprise reveal, the root cause that is so often completely overlooked, is a severe deficiency in vitamin D3.
Wait, vitamin D3, everyone talks about D3 for, immunity and bone health. But severe uterine cramps, that seems like a huge leap.
It sounds like it, but it's not.
Can we slow down and connect the dots? How does a lack of sunshine cause uterine muscle chaos?
Absolutely. See, D3 isn't just a vitamin for bones. It's a master control hormone.
Okay.
So let's go back to our clues. First, D3 actively downgrades prostaglandins. It literally reduces pain. Second, D3 suppresses vasopressin. It counters that contraction and promotes vasodilation. It physically opens up the blood vessels.
So it's the ultimate natural antidote to the squeeze.
Exactly. And critically, D3 controls that panic-prone PTH accountant.
Ah.
If your D3 levels are where they should be, your body absorbs calcium easily from the gut. There's no need for PTH to frantically raid your bones.
Which stabilizes the calcium levels.
And completely reduces that muscle hypersensitivity and the spasms.
That totally explains why some people get temporary relief from taking, like, calcium supplements.
It does. They're just temporarily reducing that high PTH surge. They're still just treating a symptom of the underlying D3 problem.
Right.
And finally, that inflammation. D3 is a crucial anti-inflammatory. It effectively turns off that problematic NFKB master switch in the uterus.
So we're saying the standard pain pill is just treating a symptom caused by this whole systemic cascade that starts with the body trying to protect bone density because of a vitamin deficiency.
That's the shift in perspective. It's not that your body is randomly malfunctioning. It's that your body is running a critical system without enough fuel.
And this deficiency doesn't exist in a vacuum, does it?
Not at all.
Yep.
It has broader implications. For instance, you need proper estrogen levels, not just to activate the D3, but to allow it to get deep into the cells to do its job.
And the D3 connection, it goes beyond just the monthly cramps, right, into more serious conditions.
It does. D3 deficiency is strongly implicated in chronic issues like fibroids, endometriosis, and ovarian cysts.
Wow.
And what's fascinating here is the specific data. If you're trying to shrink benign tumors like fibroids, you need D3 blood levels above 90 nanograms per milliliter.
90. And what are most people at?
Most people, even those who think they're supplementing, are walking around between 20 and 40. That low level is it's inadequate to really start true tissue healing.
That high threshold, that 90 number, brings up a really critical point in the research about health disparities.
It does, and this needs a specific moment of reflection. Melanin acts as a natural sunscreen. It's highly effective, but it dramatically blocks UV radiation.
Which creates a huge barrier to making vitamin D3 from the sun.
A huge barrier. And because of this crucial biological reality, Black women have a 33% higher likelihood of severe cramps and low skin, and a 3 to 9 times increased risk of fibroids.
Just because they need significantly more sun exposure or supplementation to maintain those critical D3 levels?
It's a systemic health issue that's rooted in a nutritional requirement.
That insight reframes everything. So if D3 is the master controller for the calcium chaos, what's its partner? What's the physical opposite of the spasm?
That would be magnesium.
Magnesium.
Magnesium is a natural calcium channel blocker. Calcium causes contraction. Magnesium causes relaxation. You physically cannot sustain a cramp if you have enough magnesium.
Okay, but here's the kicker, I'm guessing.
Here's the kicker of the whole story. D3 won't work without magnesium, and magnesium won't work without D3. They are completely interdependent.
So understanding that partnership means the solution isn't just one pill.
No, it's a focused, combined attack. We can structure the practical steps into, say, foundational support, absorption, and then acute relief.
Okay, let's start with the foundation. Given the severe symptoms we're talking about, what's the daily dose needed to get those tissue levels high enough?
You have to saturate those tissues before the cycle begins. So we are talking about a significant dose of vitamin D3, around 20,000 IUs daily.
Whoa, hang on. 20,000 IUs a day sounds really high to most people. Is that safe?
It is, but it's necessary to rapidly get to that protective 90-plus nanogram per milliliter mark, especially with severe symptoms. Studies show it's tolerated well, and this is crucial, it must be taken with the right kind of magnesium.
Okay, what's the right kind?
You need to avoid the common stuff, like magnesium oxide. You're only absorbing maybe 3% of that.
3%.
It's nothing. You need magnesium glycinate. It's highly recommended because it's about 80% absorbable.
That absorption difference alone is a game changer, so that's the foundation. What about absorption enhancers? You mentioned insulin resistance.
Yes, if you have insulin resistance, your body literally restricts its ability to absorb both D3 and magnesium, even if you supplement perfectly.
So what's the fix?
Adopting a low-carb diet, focusing on healthy fats, and practicing intermittent fasting, maybe just 1 or 2 meals a day.
Why does that help?
Less frequent eating improves your insulin sensitivity, which literally opens the door for D3 and magnesium to get where they need to go.
Okay, so we have the D3 magnesium stack, the diet to help absorb it. What about acute relief? Things that are proven to work like NSAIDs, but without the side effects.
We have several great options. Cod liver oil, that old school remedy, has been proven in trials to work as well as ibuprofen for pain relief.
Really?
Yes. Also, simply using a heating pad on your lower pelvis is comparable to taking an NSAID.
Simple but effective.
Very. And don't forget spices. Fenugreek and ginger have both been proven in randomized trials to be just as effective as pain meds.
So a heating pad and some ginger tea could be as good as a synthetic drug. That's incredible. What about the supporting cast? Other cofactors?
You need a supporting cast to keep those nerves calm for sure. Zinc, which you can get from red meat, helps D3 absorption. Thiamine, vitamin B1 from nutritional yeast, helps with nerve sensitivity.
And vitamin E.
Yes, but specifically the tocotrienols form. Research shows it has superior anti-inflammatory benefits compared to the standard vitamin E you usually see.
And finally, the simple lifestyle anchor.
Regular, consistent exercise. It's been shown to reduce the risk of cramps. It's just an easy win for improving blood flow and reducing inflammation everywhere.
This is why we do these deep dives. Cramps aren't some idiopathic mystery your body is just inflicting on you.
Not at all.
They are a clear signaling system pointing directly to a key nutritional gap, a lack of D3 and magnesium, that's causing this systemic chaos.
We've identified the root cause, and now you have clear, actionable, natural steps to address it.
Which leaves a pretty big question on the table, doesn't it?
It does. If a severe deficiency in a simple, widely accessible vitamin like D3 can cause such profound, debilitating symptoms that millions of women are just masking with pain medication every single month.
Yeah.
Really makes you wonder.
What other foundational health issues are we mismanaging by only ever treating the surface pain?
You have to start looking beneath the symptom.